Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League, using my over 20 plus years of coaching experience, giving you some insight into the Premier League that the Muppets on TV aren't going to give you, and hopefully make you become a better player or a better coach if that's what you're looking to do. And stay tuned as well. If you watch more of my videos, you'll start to see a pattern in the Premier League and start to see more things happening. And those of you subscribed, I love you. You're awesome, because subscribing to my channel is the best. Right, let's just have a look. I'm going to do a little breakdown of talk about Chelsea for a second before I start going into the goals. And I just want to show you this little clip here. You can see they lose the ball and the ball's and Everton going to play the ball out to break. But if you look at the Chelsea players attacking, look, there's no real width on it at all. Chelsea have one problem right now, and if you're watching them play, I've heard people say all sorts of rubbish about what's wrong with Chelsea. The main thing wrong with Chelsea is they haven't played enough games together, and they don't know what everybody's doing. And that sounds silly. Everyone's going, yeah, but they're professional players. What do you mean? Watch them play. Watch when they... this is the first time I actually sat and I was watching Chelsea, seeing what they were doing in an attacking sense. They don't know what they're doing with the ball. Every time when a Chelsea player gets near the box, they drop their shoulder, beat their player and try to smash it in the goal. Because they don't have any link-up plays. They don't have any ideas. They just stop. They get to the 18-yard box and they just don't know what to do. And you see people doing overlaps, you see people doing all sorts of things, but no one really knows where they're going or what they're doing, so no one passes them the ball. Down around the other end of the field, it's quite easy because they've got numbers and they pass the ball around because they're decent footballers. But they haven't played football together. It looks like there's a bunch of strangers every single time when they get down to the final third. And it shows more and more. You watch him, you'll see it and go like, well, why is he just giving it to his mate? Because he just doesn't know. So let's just get onto this goal as it comes out here. Everton are passing the ball out. I'm going to chop forward a little bit because I'm still in YouTube jail. And we stop it here. Bosh, we're going to stop it here for a second because I'm in YouTube jail. Actually, we'll show the challenge. Let's show the challenge as he comes along. This guy comes along trying to press the ball, which is fine. And he's on the wrong side of him, so he lets him go. He doesn't challenge him anymore because he lets him go. Puts his little hand. There you go, you can see he's putting his little hands up as he's been beaten for pace and he's on the wrong side of him because he doesn't want to foul. But again, this is just bad play all over here. It's a team that hasn't really played together, enough games. These guys, doesn't matter what the starting 11 is, pick it, stick with it for 10 games and Chelsea will become a better team. And you can see this right here with the two centre-backs, right? His job is to mark him, right? His job is to slow this player down. Clearly, right? You can see he's facing the player, he's running away doing this. Watch this guy here. He's lost the player already. He's already stopped looking at looking at the player, looking at the ball. You've got to look at the player, look at the ball. He's not doing that now. He's just focused on the ball. This guy doesn't put any pressure on the ball whatsoever. So he gets to do what he wants now. This guy now can dictate the game. Instead of him pressuring him and him dictating the game, he now gets to dictate the game because no one goes to him. He can't. He's not goal side. He can't. He's not goal side. He's too far away. So it's all on what this guy wants to do. And what he does is he picks out a wonderful little pass and he's going to split this. This guy's still oblivious to the Everton striker making a run in behind him. He's completely and utterly oblivious to it. He doesn't even recognise that this is on. As it goes in, dosh, he just gets done. He could have followed him. He could have beaten him for pace. He doesn't even understand he's even there because he's not checking. Goes in, bump, keeper fouls him and the ball ricochets out. Now, here's one of those other things. Sometimes when the ball bounces out, it goes to one of your players. Sometimes it goes to one of theirs. If it goes to one of your players, normally it doesn't go to the player that's trying hard. It sounds silly. The player that's trying hard and he's run back to get into position normally runs past where the ball's going to end up. The lazy player that's kind of meandering would have received the ball and got rid of it. But he's tried too hard to get back into shape. So it comes out to another guy over here and he just levers it into the net box and puts up Everton 1-0. There we go. Let's get on to the next goal because this is a classic goal in the Premier League and I talk about this all the time and no one ever listens because they're all terrible at the football. Right, so right now we're going to talk about the D here. You can see they've framed it with two players on there. Pochettino did it last week as well, doing the same thing on one of the Spurs goals. Obviously, it's because he's watching my videos because, I'm brilliant. It's not, but I'm going to take all the credit in the world for it anyway. The reason why you want to have a player here on the D is because this is the middle of the field. And if you're around near the D and you're playing around the D, things happen on the D that gives you good luck and good things. So let's go back to have a look at what's going on. Right, if you're playing on your Sunday league games and you want to score goals from corners, or you're in a lower tier of English football, just stand here on corners when your team has taken them, and the ball will bounce and you will get shots on goal all day long, because this will happen. If you're trying to defend it, stand here so you can clear the ball, because it will happen. They don't have a player defending it, but they do have two here attacking. Now, generally, I wouldn't have two attacking. If you are, by the way, if you're a striker and you're trying to score goals, or midfielder trying to score goals, don't stand here. Stand where this guy is here. Be foot on the almost like on the back post, not on the front post of the D. Okay, that's where you want to be, where this guy is, not here. I'd normally split the difference and I'd kind of be there, but if you're defending, you want to be closer to this side, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's move this forward. As we can see, when it goes on, Bosch, now it comes out. What's he going to do? He's just going to run and kick it into the net box. No one's there to defend it whatsoever, because they don't really understand the basics of football and how to mark and defend correctly. This guy does. He comes running in and he gets himself a goal into the box. Way well done. Yeah, I do have a compilation that I'm putting together of all goals that every team scored for the end of the season. And I'm doing them like things in the D and corners and all that sort of stuff. You'll be amazed at how many Premier League goals get scored from the D, because there isn't a defender marking there doing his job properly. Just thought I'd let you know. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.